Hello students, welcome to your computer class. So in the previous classes we have discussed about the important features of Microsoft Excel, then what is the different components of Microsoft Excel window. So let us revise this and then we will come to the next topic. So up till now we have seen that these are the different components of Excel window, the title bar which is present at the top, the quick access bar which is present at the left corner where the frequently used uh, menus or options are there. Then these are the different grid lines, the lines, intersecting lines which decide the cell. Clear? And cell is the particular, you can say, the intersection of rows and column where the data is entered in the worksheet. Clear? Then we have scroll bars at the bottom as well as to the right side of this worksheet. Then at the bottom we have the different sheets which are available. The status bar is the bar which is located at the bottom where the status of the page will be visible. Then formula bar is the bar where the functions and formula are written when we will do calculation in this worksheet. So these formulas will appear in this formula bar. Okay, and window control buttons are the buttons which are present at the right corner, like minimize, maximize and close button. Then after this we have seen how to change the active cell. So any of the cells which are present, when you click on that cell, particular cell, when it is selected, then it appears with a dark border around it. Clear? And you can see that this area which is right now selected, this is having a dark border. Clear? So wherever the cell which you want to enter the data, if we click on that cell becomes the active cell. And by clicking on any of the cell we can make any cell active, or you can use the mouse arrow buttons for moving from one cell to another. Okay, then after this we have seen how to enter the data in the cells. So for entering the data in the cells, what you have to do, you have to directly click on any of the cells and write the text or the value. The number or text can be written in these cells. So this way, after writing any of the cells, we can press the arrow button from the keyboard to move from one cell to another. And when you have to move to another row, we can use the enter key. Clear? So if we see in the Excel window, we have also entered some data. Clear? So after selecting any of the cell, when you select that, it becomes the active cell. Clear? So suppose here you can see few of the name and different items, the values, prices are written. If you want to write more names, we can. So suppose I am writing a new name. Clear? And now the values, like what is the price of any of these. So suppose give some values to these cells. So I am using the tab button to move from one cell to another, or also you can use the mouse pointer to click on any of these cells. Clear? So this way the values can be entered, and after entering the values in a row, we can move to the next column by pressing the enter key. We will see later that how to do the total of these. So right now we are just entering the values. Okay, let us come again to the book. So we have seen after doing all these things how to save this workbook. So for saving the workbook, when you go to the file tab, there we have the option to select the save or save as. So whatever the name of the file you choose, the same will appear at the title bar. Let us see this step also once again. So suppose this was our Excel sheet, this is the workbook. If you want to save this, what you have to do, go to the file tab, and after going to the file tab, click on this and use the save or save as button. Any of these can be used for the first time. Save as will be used later if you are going to save any existing file with a new name. For that we use the save as. So for the first time we can use either of these. So give the name of the file which you want to name. So suppose this file name I'm going to write sales. So give the name of the file and click on the save button. Clear? So when you save this, the name appears at the top of the window, that is the title bar. Clear? So this is how the workbook can be saved. Now coming again to the book. Next is how to select the cells. So selecting cells means suppose you have to copy the cells from one place to another. Clear? Or you have to do some editing, means if you want to change the font size, if you want to change the color of these values which are written in these cells. So for all of these we need to select the cells. Clear? So when you select any of these cells, a border is as we select any of the single cell, it appears with a dark border. In the similar way, when you select any of the particular group of cells, that is it can be any row, any column, so this will also appear as highlighted. Clear? So the different ways are, first is to select a cell. So for selecting a cell, only directly click on that particular cell and it will appear with a dark border. Then the row, so rows and column will be selected by clicking on the you can say the row number. In a similar way, when you click on the column number, the column will be selected. And next is how to select a group of cells. Clear? So let us see these steps in the Excel window also. So suppose I have to select a cell. So for selecting any of the cell, when we directly click on that cell, that appears with a dark border. So this is a selected cell. In the same way, if you want to select any row. Clear? So if I click on the row number, that is if I want to select this, so here you can see this whole row is selected. Clear? And in the similar way, when you come to any of the column, the mouse pointer changes to a downward arrow button. So if I want to select column number B, if I click on this, the whole column is selected. Clear? Now if we want to select a group of cells, so suppose I want to select few of the cells. So if I click on this particular cell and drag it down, so now these few cells are, a group of cells is selected. Clear? So this way the selection of different cells can be done, different rows and different columns can be selected. Clear? Now next is how to edit the data in a worksheet. So edit the data means we can update the values. Okay, let us read this also. So you can edit the data in your worksheet to correct a mistake or update the data. For example, you might want to change the number values you entered or add additional text to a cell. Clear? So if there is existing values in these cells, if you want to change these values, how to change these values? So these are the steps. Double click the cell means make that cell as active cell. So active cell can be done by single click, but you have to, right now you have to edit that, so you have to double click that cell. So when you double click, a cursor will change to the flashing line. Clear? So this flashing insertion point means that now you can write the values, you can move from one letter or digit to the another. So for that you can use the arrow keys, clear, from the keyboard to move the insertion point in that particular cell to any of the digit or the characters. So we can also use the backspace key to move to the right of that flashing line, or you can use the delete button to delete all the values, and if you want to enter any new value, use the insertion point and use the backspace, and after that give the value which you want to write, and after you have updated that value, press the enter key, then the value will be changed. Let us see this. So suppose if I come to this sheet, if any of the values I want to change, suppose the printer sales of Dilip, here it is 300, if I want to change to 500, so what we have to do, double click in this cell. Clear? So when I double click this cell, you can see a flashing line is appearing. Clear? So you have to use your mouse cursor to come to this digit 3. Now use the backspace. When you use the backspace, the 3 will be deleted. Now write the value, the new value which you want. So this is how any of this editing can be done. And when you have changed the new value, press the enter key. Clear? So this way the editing can be done in any of the cells. So first step is to double click there. When you double click anywhere in these cell, the flashing line will appear. So you can use the arrow buttons to move from one character to another. Okay, now come again. So here there is update your knowledge box. Let us read this also. So in the active cell you can insert and edit the data. Clear? As you have seen that for editing and entering the data we need to make the cell as a active cell. Then selected group of cell is also called a range. So while we were selecting the different cells, if it is a single cell, then that will be called a selection of a cell. But if it is a group of cells, then a group of cells can be called as a range. Clear? So the term for a group of cell is range. Next is to select a word or numbers entered in a cell. Select the cell and in the formula bar click in the front of the text, then drag over the characters or number you want to select. So as we were changing the values in each of these cells, so this can be done from the formula bar also. Clear? And we can select any of the text or the character which is written there. Now next is deleting the data. Clear? So suppose there are different rows and column. If you want to delete any of those, so what will be the step? Let us see this. So you can delete Excel data that you no longer need. You can delete the data from a single cell or from several cells at once. Clear? So any of the single cell can be deleted. In a similar way, several group of cells, that is the range, can be deleted. A row or a column also can be deleted. Clear? So how to do this? Select the cells containing the data you want to delete. So first is, we know how to select the cells by clicking or by using the digit, means the row number or the column number if you want to delete a whole column or a whole row. Then when you have selected the group of cell, press the delete key. From the keyboard we have the delete key there. When you press the delete key, the values will be deleted. So the data in the cells you have selected disappears, and to deselect cells, click any cell. Okay, so let us see this also. So suppose if I come to the Excel sheet, suppose the last value which we have entered, if I want to delete all of the values of this particular row, so I have selected this. How to select this? Click on any of the cell and drag to all the cells which you want to select. When it appears with a dark border, it means it is selected. Now press the delete button. You can see I have pressed the delete button and the values are deleted. Now we will see how to bring it back. So come again to the book. So if you have deleted the values and if you want to undo, means to come to the previous values which were there, so what we can do to bring it back? We can use the undo button. Let us see this. So Excel remembers the last change that you have made to the worksheet. If you regret these changes, you can cancel them using the undo feature. Clear? So if you have deleted something, if you have changed something and you want that the previous one was correct, you want it back, so for doing that you have the undo button present at the quick access toolbar. Clear? So undo button, you already know the shape of these. Clear? This way there will be a undo button at the quick access toolbar. So here it is also given. Clear? So when you click on that, the last previous change which was there, just previous means the values which were there in the before the deletion, it will bring back. Okay, so let us come to the Excel sheet and see the just value which you have deleted. If you want to bring it back, what we are going to do, we are going to click on the undo button. So if I click on the undo button, you can see the previous row, all the data is back. Clear? So this way, whatever the changes you are doing, these changes are also saved in the Excel, and the values, if you want it back, we can use the undo feature. Let us come again to the book. So these are the undo and redo buttons. We have also the reverse of this. So if you want to again delete it, you can press the delete button also, or if there are multiple changes together, you can use the redo button. Clear? So this way the saved and unsaved things can be deleted or bring it back. Next is update your knowledge. So spreadsheet software is used to enter data in a tabular form and to manipulate it. Clear? So whatever the Excel worksheet we are right now working, these are the spreadsheet software, and here we have the tabular form to enter the data, and we can modify and edit the data in these also. Next is the shortcut for undo and redo features. So the different shortcuts are: for the undo we can press the Ctrl Z button from the keyboard, and for redo we can press the Ctrl plus Y. Clear? So rather than pressing these buttons from the menu bar or the quick access toolbar, we can also press the keyboard shortcuts. Clear? So these are the keyboard shortcut for undo and redo. Undo is Ctrl Z and redo is Ctrl plus Y. Okay. Now come to the next, that is moving and copying data. Clear? So now if we want to move the data from one position to another, or if you want to copy, means if you want to duplicate the data, so we will see what is the meaning of this moving and copying and how to do these also. So in Excel you can use the cut, copy and paste command to copy data or move data and share data between other MS Office program. Clear? So using the different features which are cut, copy and paste. Clear? So these are the different commands which are available in the ribbon area. We will see this how to do. So by using these commands we can share the data from one place, one software to another, or from one page to another, or in a single same page we can copy from one row to another. Clear? So these are the features for you can say for sharing the data. For example, you might need to cut a row of labels and paste them into another worksheet, or copy a formula from one cell to another cell in the same worksheet. Clear? So here we are seeing that the two examples, that if you want to if there are multiple rows, the data is, as we can see in the table here also. So if you want to cut few of these tables and paste it in a new worksheet, so we can copy this values and paste in a new worksheet, that is a new page or a new window. In a similar way, if there is a formula applied in any of the cell, so we can use the copy feature to copy that formula to any of the other cells. Clear? So this way the copy or the cut method can be used. You can also drag and drop data to move and copy it within a worksheet. Clear? So this is the another feature, that in a same worksheet, if you want to move the data or to copy the data to any other cells, so this can be done also. So these two features, moving and copying, are there. So what is the difference between these? Moving data allows you to reorganize the data in your worksheet. Clear? Means if we are moving the data, it will you can say reorganize, means the data which will present at one position, it will be transferred to another. Clear? So when you move the data disappears from the original location. Clear? So if you are moving any content from one sheet to another or in the same worksheet, the original content will be deleted, means it will be moved to a new place. Then the second one is copying. So let us see what is the meaning of copying data. So copying data allows you to repeat data in your worksheet without having to retype the data. Copy means it will duplicate the data. Clear? So if you have to uh, you can say that make a duplicate of that, or there is a similar type of data anywhere in the set, in the same worksheet or in a different worksheet, so we can copy that. So it will be duplicate of the previous one, and when you copy the data appears in both the original and new location. So this is the difference. When you move the data, the original data disappears. Clear? Means it is deleted and it is moved to a new position. But when you copy the data, it means the original content remain theirs and a duplicate of that is created at the new location. So this is the difference between moving and copying. Now let us see the steps by using which you can do these move, cut or copy. So first is select the cell or cells containing the data you want to move or copy. So for any of these, using any of these features, first we need to you can say select the cells or the group of cells. Then click on the home tab. We have the home tab at the top. So these are the different tabs. So in the home tab we have these buttons, that is move text and copy text. Clear? So we can choose any of the move or copy options as you want. So move text is the cut, the scissor symbol which is there. So it will cut that symbol from that position. So cut basically is the used for moving, and copy is, there is, you can see a symbol, means a page type of symbol, that is two pages, means to copy, to create a copy of that page. Clear? So in this example here it is talking about a copy feature, and when you have clicked that copy, then click the cell where you want to place that data and then click on the paste button. Clear? So this way the data will be copied from one cell to another. Okay, now let us come to the Excel window and we also try to do this. So suppose there is a row like the Dilip name with all of the values. If I want to create a copy of this, I have selected the cells first, then go to the home tab, and in the home tab you can see at the top we have the cut and copy options, which is appearing here at the top. So cut is appearing with the scissor symbol and copy is appearing with a two pages, so it will create a copy. Now let us select this once again. So this is the selected cell. Now click on the cut or copy, whichever you want. So if I click on the copy button, you can see uh, uh, the border of these changes with a dash line, means this is now copied. Now wherever you want to paste this, if I want to paste this from a new uh, you can say a row, then click over there and click on the paste button. Clear? So if I click on the paste button, the same value is, you can say, copied to a new column, sorry, new row. Clear? Now suppose this is the cell which I want to uh, cut, means to move from here. So this is the cell which I have selected. Then click on the cut button if you want to move. So if I click on the cut button, this will again show with a dash line. Now wherever you want to make it appear, click that particular cell and now again click on the paste button. So if I click on the paste button, now here you can see the previous data is deleted. Clear? So earlier the name, this particular row was appearing in this row number 8, but now it is in the row number 16 because we have moved it to the new cell. Clear? So this way we can use the features of moving or copy. Clear? So move actually means to cut, and if you want to go to the previous position, you can click the undo button. So this will bring the data back to the previous one. Clear? So this is how we can perform the copy and move options in Excel sheet. Let us read the update your knowledge also. You can also use click and drag feature to move and copy data. Clear? So if you select that group of cells, you can also use the drag features to move the data or to copy. So select the cells you want to move or copy, position the mouse pointer over any outside border of the cell. When mouse pointer will change, click and drag the range to the new location. So remember to hold down the control key if you are copying the data. Clear? So there is another approach if you want to move the data from one position to another. So without going to that cut and copy options, we have the other approach also. So suppose now I am selecting this cell, the row with the name Kunal, and if I want to move this, now for moving this, when you bring to the border of these cells, here you can see mouse pointer is changing with the four-sided arrow button. Now click over there and drag it to any of the cells where you want. Clear? So this is now moved from this particular cell to another cell. Clear? So this is the moving. Now next is if you want to create a copy of that, so I have pressed the undo button first to bring it to the original position. Now if I want to copy this, now bring the cursor to the side of this and press the control button. Clear? So when you press the control button, you can click and drag it and the copy of this will be created. Clear? So you can see by pressing the control button, the data is copied to a new cell. Clear? So this is how we can also use the keyboard for the copy or to move the range of the cells from a particular position to another position. So we have two methods. One is by clicking on the cut and copy options in this home tab, or else we can use the you can see the drag feature. So for dragging, either we can use the control button for creating a copy, or directly if you drag it, it will move the data from one position to another. Now come again to the book. Next is changing the column width. Clear? So suppose if you are entering the values in these cells and there is some value which is taking more space. For example, if the name is you can say the large, or the values is something like that which is not coming in a proper way in that particular column or that particular cell. So we can change the width of these columns. So how to change the width of this column? Let us see. You may want to adjust the width of the column on a worksheet for accommodating the data properly. So this is especially useful if the data displayed in the cell is too broad to be completely viewed within the standard column width. The default column width of a cell is 8.43. Clear? So by default there is some size of the cell, that is 8.43 characters is the width of the cell. Now if you want to change this 8.43 to some new value, how to do? To change the width of the column, place mouse pointer over the right edge of the column heading. Clear? So when you bring the mouse pointer at the top where the heading of the column is appearing, means the characters like ABC. So when you will bring the mouse pointer to that edge of that cell, it will change the mouse pointer to this double-sided arrow. Clear? So this means from here you can click and drag this. So when you click and drag to the right, this will increase the width of that particular column. Clear? And also there is one other approach, that you can double click the right border of the column to quickly activate the auto fit command. So there is auto fit feature if there is some data which is more than the width of that column, it will automatically adjust that when you double click on that edge. So let us see this. So if I come to any of these columns, so suppose I want to increase the column of the column C. So when I click on this and come to the edge of this column C, here you can see the cursor changes to double sided arrow. Now click on that and now you can drag to any of the position from here. Clear? So if I click on this, you can see wherever I will release this, the width will accordingly. Or you can also use the double click feature. So suppose the size is appearing first like this, and when I double click on this, you can see it automatically adjusts according to the text which is written there. So this is how the width of the cells can be changed. Next is changing the row height. So if I want to adjust the row height in a similar way, we can use the row height feature. Let us read this also. You can also change the height of the rows beside adjusting the width of the column in your worksheet. So if it has many uses and enhances the look of your worksheet, so the default row height is 15, that is the measurement which is in points. So 15 points is the height of the row. So if you want to change it, how to change? To change the height of the row, position the mouse pointer over the bottom edge of the row heading. So here we have the 1 2 3, these are the row heading. So when you bring the mouse pointer to the edge of that particular row, the mouse pointer will change with the up and down type of arrow. Now drag the row to the way you want to adjust the height of this. Clear? So let us see this also. So if I come to the Excel window, now if I want to change the row height of any particular column, row, so if I bring to the row 8, so here if I bring, you can see the cursor is changing with the right side and the upside down. Clear? So if I drag it down, you can see the height of this particular row is changed. Clear? So similarly, as we have done for the column, in the same way we have changed it for the row height also. So revise these concepts which we have discussed, and in the coming class we will continue with the further remaining concept, like how to insert the row, insert a column. There are various interesting steps which are remaining in this chapter. We will see in the coming class. Till then, revise and practice these things which we have discussed. Thank you.